If you have thought about offering digital products for your pet business, that's something that we're going to talk about today. I'm Megan.
I'm Colin.
And we are the hosts of Pet Sitter Confessional, a podcast by pet sitters for pet sitters. So on episode 284, we talked about 20 ways to make more money in your pet business. And something that we touched on is digital products.
Yeah, it's 20-ish ways. We didn't exactly count them, if we're being honest. But yeah, digital products, and I think this is a big part of possible expansion for pet businesses moving into the future. Because one of the things that you run into when you start trying to offer more services or do more things is that it's more taxing on your time. And the great thing about doing digital services is that it's literally copy and paste. You do the work one time, and then you can make money off of it time and time again as it sells.
Well, and this is not for every digital product or service.
No.
Because if you're doing one-on-one dog training or a consult for a pet owner who is having some behavioral issues or something, that is going to take up your time. But if you're offering some sort of course
or other digital products, videos, so some ideas for that. You could put together a few videos that were a course about intros to puppies, or intro to walking on a leash, or intro to potty training, and selling those as little packages. You record the video one time, put it on your website, and people can download it forever, as long as it's still there and still hosted. You could also put together workbooks for people to do, or you could put together full-blown courses or online membership groups for people, where again you're looking for minimal input, not minimal passion, or you're just trying to blow it off or whatever, but you're going, okay, my time is really valuable. How do I get more than incremental increases in income or stability in my business without having to also exponentially increase my time, attention, and input on these things? And digital is a great way to do that. So whether it's a product, whether it's a video, whether it's another additional service so that you never have to leave your office or your living room to do coaching and training sessions, those are really great ways to then add on top of this and then see how that morphs and moves into the future. Yeah.
This is also true if you offer ebooks. You can put together maybe, if you live in a really big city, you can put together all of the different pet-friendly resources in your city. Groomers, vets, cafes, restaurants, dog bakeries, pet stores, dog parks. The list can go on and on for whatever your client would need. But this is also a great way to get a little bit more money, and it can be just sitting out there. You create it one time, and it can be $5 or $10 depending on how much is offered in your ebook.
Basically putting together a pet-friendly directory for your local area and community. Giving that to people who move into the area is a wonderful way to get your foot in the door and help center yourself as kind of an authority figure about what's going on. I know just recently it seems like we've had a whole string of people who are brand new to the area, both of our service areas. They've moved there, they have no friends, no family, they moved there for work or for whatever reasons, and they're just lost. They don't know where to go and what to do. So if you could say, hey, if you want access to all of the options with my reviews and inputs and who should use something and who shouldn't, download this, make it $5, and then it's just like Megan said, it's sitting there and people can access that. You can put that in Facebook community groups when people have questions, all sorts of things to get them access to that right away. And then they have that in your information too.
Well, and a lot of times this can be a lead magnet on your website. So if you want somebody's email address so you can send them emails and try to sell them on your services a little bit, a lot of times we'll say, here's 5 dog treat recipes or something, or
best pet photography tips. Download these. Yeah.
So a lot of you can kind of section out once you have your ebook, you can section out one part of that and put that as your lead magnet. But the ebook is, I think, a great idea.
Yeah, possibilities are really endless there, and all this kind of flows into the episode on Wednesday where we talked with Wendy Thompson about finances to felines.
That was episode 285.
285. One of my big takeaways from that was really about learning lessons from other people's mistakes. We always want to go out and try new things and try and be innovative and push the boundaries. But if we're not plugged into a broader community of people, we might not realize that some of these things may have already been tried, or they were tried and we need to do them slightly different. And this especially comes to in place of like policies and procedures. I know one of those ones that comes up an awful lot is like key management.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of people move to lockboxes. They don't want to have to deal with a whole key ring of keys or a big box of keys that could potentially get lost or mislabeled. And so it is important for you to have that in your policies of, you don't want to be driving all over returning keys every time. So having a set price of if I pick up a key or I return a key, it is this price.
And a lot of that's bore out of hearing horror stories from people who didn't have policies like that in place and then found themselves going back and forth to a client to pick up the key before service, doing the service, and then dropping the key back off, or them forgetting to have the key ready, or them losing a key and not having access to something. And so that's why hearing stories from people about, hey, how did you manage keys? Listening to their feedback. Oh yeah, I started off doing pickup drop off every single time. That got too much, especially in days like today where gas is more expensive than ever and we're trying to limit drive time, we're trying to limit management, key transfers, all sorts of things. Just management of that becomes a lot more simple whenever we have lock boxes, which people have all sorts of policies on, or just keeping them on file in a key lock box as well in your office or in your home.
Well, and this gets particularly important if you have staff, because you're going to be paying them to go drop off or pick up a key, and you as the business want to be compensated for that as well.
Yeah, so don't ever feel like you have to create everything from scratch, whole cloth, every time you have an idea. I love going into the forums and the Facebook groups and pages and reading about what people are doing and how they have tried to solve particular problems before. It's a great way to remind ourselves that we're not alone, that there's a broader community out there, and even throwing out an idea going, hey, I know that keys have been tried this way, but I thought about doing this twist on it. What are people's thoughts? And you'll get so many great things of people going, yeah, oh, I tried that, or oh, I did that, or maybe that's a great idea. I've never thought of that before. But getting that kind of feedback is critical in business and just at a personal level too, so we can continue to grow and develop and be better than we were yesterday.
Well, and that's why having a local community is so great. If you have just even one other pet sitter that you know of in your area, you can bounce ideas off of each other and see, did this work for you? It's great for building community. So we appreciate you listening to this and our podcast as well. And if you have any feedback, let us know. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.